All right, Dolphin fans, here we go. Dolphins, Eagles, Sunday night, beautiful thing. And a unexpected opportunity has arisen for the Miami Dolphins as the New England Patriots beat the Buffalo Bills this afternoon, which means if the Dolphins can do what some of us hope the Dolphins can do, we would have a two-game lead in the division. Now, the Chiefs won, so in order to keep pace, and the Ravens won, I should say. So, in order to keep pace for the top seed in the AFC, you got to get a W here. But at least in terms of the division, obviously a two-game lead would be big. But if something should happen and we don't win this game, we don't lose any ground. So there's a little bit of the pressure taken off, maybe a little bit more of a relaxing evening. As you guys know, Chris Brooks was put on IR, so both rookie running backs are out. We're going to need a big game from Tua. Now, I don't live so far from Philadelphia. I think the wind has calmed down a little bit. It's been pretty windy all day during the days, but at night it seems to have eased up a little bit. I was a little bit concerned that was going to be a problem, but I don't think it's going to be a big deal tonight. Weather should be nice. What do we need to see tonight? In other games, I'm worried about style points and everything. I don't care how we get it done tonight. I don't care if the defense looks like ass. I don't care how it looks. Just finish the game with more points than the Eagles, because if we don't, we're going to have to hear the continuation of that narrative that the Dolphins cannot and have not beaten anybody with a winning record. And, they're saying, well, we've only beaten bad teams, and if the Bills keep losing, they're going to say we lost to a bad team. That might be a bit of a stretch there. But hey, look, any day that the Bills lose, it's a good day. Let's continue that trend here, Dolphins. All right, so 17-10 Philly at halftime, and considering the fact that we have 6 or 7 penalties, and Philadelphia has apparently played a perfect game and has no penalties, it's okay. It's a one-score deficit. We get the ball to start the third quarter. A couple of things. The defense is holding up as best as they can. An absolute ridiculously absurd, obnoxious, assholic, moronic roughing the passer against against Wilkins. That should have never been called. Gets called in a couple plays later. Philadelphia gets the touchdown. Finally, the offense wakes up, gets a drive, and just an obscene throw from Tua to Tyreek in the back of the end zone. Just unbelievable throw. The defense is holding up. The offense, we lost. Isaiah Wynn. Kendall Lamb was already not sure if he was going to play. Then we lose Wynn. Now Cotton's in there, and he immediately gets called for a holding that takes a touchdown off the board after the Dolphins finally had a turnover. But we're in this game. This is a winnable game, especially if we get points to start the third quarter here. Philadelphia's offense is very inconsistent. We're getting pressure. We're getting sacks. We're just not going to be able to run the ball. The offensive line is just getting pushed around a little bit. Tua's under a little bit more pressure than normal. He got sacked. Mike McDaniel has tried a couple of gadget plays that just stop. Throw the ball forward, okay? Stop throwing the ball behind the line of scrimmage. You had one where Wilson was going to play quarterback and try to throw the ball. He got sacked. And then Wilson ended up making the catch on 3rd and 18 on another ridiculous throw from Tua. So considering how this was looking like it might have gone, it was 17-3, and we had 3rd and 18, and there was 2 minutes left, and you're thinking this is going to be 24-3 at halftime. Considering how it was looking, those last 2 minutes of the half went about as good as it can go. We get the ball, Dolphins. The announcers on CBS are already starting to talk about Collinsworth. Already starting to talk about, the Dolphins really haven't played anybody a tough schedule yet. Come on, guys, you can win this game. Nope. So a couple weeks ago, well, whenever it was that we lost to Buffalo, I made a video titled it Same Old Dolphins. Said until they prove to me that they can beat a good team on the road when it's important, same old Dolphins. Now, to put this game into perspective, we actually still have the top seed to the AFC in our hand because we play Baltimore and we play Kansas City, and we're one game behind them. So if we somehow magically wish on a unicorn star and win those games, we still have an opportunity to have the tiebreaker. And so the top seed in the AFC is still a possibility. We don't lose any ground. Buffalo lost. Now I can say here there's so many excuses, reasons. Reasons are excuses, whatever. Yes, the defensive secondary, I mean, no X, no Jalen Ramsey. I mean, we're running out there Elliott and Eli Apple. And if we had started the season with either of those guys as our starter, well, in other words, if there was no X and no Ramsey and those were the guys, we would not be surprised at the results. Offensively, we lose Win, so now we've got our backup tackle, our backup left tackle, backup left guard, backup center. We got a little bit of room running towards the beginning of the third quarter, but now before I get to that, I won't even say the elephant in the room, before I get to the shark in the room, McDaniel's play calling tonight was, it would be an insult to smelly, sweaty ass to call his play calling smelly, sweaty ass tonight. You see what I'm saying? He's just, I love the guy. I love him as our coach. I don't want nobody's saying fire McDaniel, but sometimes he has a tendency to just be a little bit, he's so smart, he circles the block all the way, he comes back around to stupid. And some of those play calls were stupid. Some of it didn't matter, like the fourth down, a 4th and 10 to end the game here. We throw like this 6-yard pass to a covered Tyreek. That's what we got? Just yeet the ball down the field. It's 4th and 10, you're down by 2 scores. Something, anything. The interception, what the fuck was that? You've got Waddle and Mostert practically on top of one another, and this is the thing with Tua, it works great when he throws to a spot, and some of those throws are insane. But the flip side to that is that sometimes, like that interception was to Mostert, he is never open. Not even close. He's never open. Now, the referees. Now, the big play was the pass to Wilson. He gets hit by the face mask. They don't call it. But the next play, the defense gives us a pick six. And so 6 of one, half dozen of another. It's 17-17. And the defense allows a long drive. And then we get the ball. And then stop. And then we get the ball. And we're driving. And Tua yeets it up to Mostert, who's never open. And that was it. I don't remember a game ever. Forget Dolphins. I don't remember a game with 10 penalties for 70 yards for one team and none for the other team. And Jalen Phillips was being held all night. I mean, just on the last play, it wouldn't have mattered much, but Tyreek got interfered with. There were so many pass interference calls that did not get made against the Eagles. And I'm not saying we would have won. I'm not saying we would have won the game had it been for those calls. But if you're an Eagles fan and you honestly feel like your team played a perfect game and deserved to have no penalties called against them, you might be smoking something from the streets of Philadelphia. That's what I can say about that. It's funny because Stu sent me a video this morning, and it was a guy that has a channel that talks about how the NFL was rigged, and I'm like, nah, I think there's some corrupt refs, but I don't really think the league is rigged. But games like this do not help that narrative. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't help. I mean, 10 penalties to none. So the narrative will continue that the Dolphins can't beat any good teams because the two good teams we've played, they've beaten us. And the scores haven't really even been close. I mean, Philadelphia taking a knee. They could have run it up a little bit. Gotta beat the Patriots next week. They just beat the Bills. The Bills beat us. That's the circle of life. It will be at home. It's probably going to be warm. I anticipate a win. And then we have to play the Chiefs. And the bottom line is if you beat the Patriots and you beat the Chiefs, you will be the top seed in the AFC pending what Baltimore does. But we will get a chance later on. I think it's New Year's Eve to play the Ravens here. I say here because I live in Maryland. So it's still possible. It's still possible. We could still win the division. But I say the same thing I said at the end of the Bills game. Until and unless they prove that they can beat a good, tough opponent on the road when they need to, it's the same old Dolphins. It's the same team. We can beat the crap out of the crappy teams. There are some good teams we can beat. If a team gets physical with us, over and over and over, with the rare exception like we've beaten Baltimore a couple of times, right? We beat the Bills last year the one time. It's not that we're not capable of doing it, but 5-2, still in first place. We need to get healthy. This is just brutal. I mean, we didn't lose any running backs this week, luckily for that. But David Long collided with Holland. Holland came back. Long was being checked for a concussion. We lose Win. So, I mean, Cotton, like I said, came in and immediately had a holding penalty. And I know injuries. Every team has injuries. We have a lot of injuries at key positions. Let's face it. We had the leading rusher, and he goes down. And we got one of the best left tackles in the game, and he goes down. And we got one of the best centers in the game, and he goes down. And we've got two of the best corners in the game, and they go down. Are you seeing what I'm saying? It's not like we're losing our ass players. We're losing our best players at the most important positions. Left tackle, center, corner, running back. For fuck's sake. All right. I don't like losing. I don't like staying up late and losing. That's for damn sure. Damn it. Thought we were going to pull off something. We made it 17-17. And then I guess the last thing, all I'm going to say about that stupid, I almost just said a lot of bad words. That stupid tush push. Here's what I'm going to say. I hate that damn play. I'm sure the competition committee is going to get together during the off season, and that play will probably not be allowed in football next year. Now, as much as I hate the play, as much as I would like to take the Philadelphia Eagles coach and smash a freaking beer bottle over his head for that smug piece of shit look he had on his face every time that he ran that play. That is on this hand. On the other hand, Dolphin fans, now you know how the rest of the league felt during the Wildcat season. I don't know what to tell you there, okay? Because I guarantee you, back then, there was somebody in their basement saying, I'd like to smash a beer bottle over that frickin' Sperano's head every time he get that smug look on his face, every time Ronnie Brown throw a touchdown pass. You see what I'm saying? Karma's a bitch. And it is what it is. I can guarantee you, all of the curse words you all said about that tush-push play tonight, Bill Belichick said that first game when we unveiled it, and they were like, what in the fuck is this bullshit? This isn't pro football. What are we doing here? So, we're 5-2. Could be worse. Could be worse. Could be better. Could be worse. But I think we're a 5-2 team. That's a 5-2 team. And we've got to get guys healthy. Good God Almighty, we got to get guys healthy. We got to stop losing guys. But I mean, X was out. It's just 10 penalties to nothing is a lot. There's so many different reasons. Like I could say the penalties, and you guys could say the play calling, and I could say it's the play calling, and you could say it's the injuries, and I could say it was the tush push, and you guys could say it was the freaking offensive line for the Dolphins. There's so many different reasons. Everybody's right. Everybody's right. It's all of it. But we got our ass kicked on national TV at night. That's a beautiful thing. All right. Stu and I. Trey and I will be back tomorrow morning. Well, tomorrow, some point during the day. Might need to sleep in a little bit here tonight. Damn, frustrating game. Can't say I'm real surprised. The Kansas City game. That's the one that's important. Okay? We could still get the top seed in the AFC. And if you think we have a chance of doing anything in the playoffs if we don't have the top seed, yeah, we could win the division, right? But then who are we going to play? Buffalo? The Jets? Right? Okay? Who else might we play if we win the division? Who's the other? There's some other tough team. I mean, the Browns. All right? You see what I'm saying? Those are those are three teams. What do they got in common? The Bills, the Jets, and the Browns. They'll beat your ass. So we need that top seed so we can get a week off. So whoever we play already got their ass beat the week before and survived. And you catch what I'm saying? All right, Dolphin fans, this sucked. I'll see you tomorrow.